Good morning, Lincoln and Logan County. This is Cheap Seats, Jake Johnston, and our special cohort here, Mr. Kirby. How we doing, man?
Doing good. How about yourself?
Good. Hey, guys, we're coming live at you from Alexander's Lumber grand opening out here on Woodlawn Road. The new location at 910 Woodlawn here in Lincoln. We'll be here until 10. Come on out, browse through the store, all the new looks. I just walked through myself. It's unbelievable, the setup they got in there. It looks fantastic. Today there's going to be some great giveaways. You can register to win a free kitchen valued at $10,000. And later on in the afternoon, Jeff number 2 from the Nighttime Fix 96 and Jim from Lincoln Country Morning Show will be here live from 11 to 1 with Lisa and Angie, the Fix 96 Prize Girls. Tons of prizes, and you can also pick some stuff from the prize vault. You won't want to miss this huge day of fun.
And you can't ask for a better day.
Oh,
Sun's shining. It's
There's
great.
only one thing that would have made it better. Unfortunately, we're not going to have that happen today. It's a Lincoln victory to celebrate today. But we're going to have the coach on here in just a few minutes, talk a little bit about the game. Sound like maybe a little bit of a disappointing loss from last week's big upset. But
yeah, the talk of, around the state was, Lincoln beating Springfield Senators last week was a huge upset. And I know they got to be a little disappointed this morning after following it up with the loss to Taylorville last night. Final score is 36-0. I didn't get to go to the game. Listened to a little bit on the radio and looked at the paper today. It just sounds like Lincoln couldn't get anything going offensively. And
we'll talk a little bit about that with the coach here in just a few minutes. Also today we're going to probably jump on a little bit of the baseball bandwagon. Of course, talk maybe some Illini and some Chicago Bears.
Absolutely.
So we'll jump on that here in a few minutes. What else going on around Lincoln here, Mr. Kirby?
Well, we're about to wrap up our youth football program. We got a big thing going on at Eaton Fields this weekend. The 6th, 7th, and 8th graders are playing today, starting at 1 o'clock out there at the field. Tomorrow we're having I guess you call it like a bowl championship. We got several teams from around Central Illinois coming down to play a game. There'll be some awards involved. Just a big football atmosphere, a lot of stuff going on. This is the last weekend of youth football as far as home games. I know we have an away game next week, and that's going to wrap it up for the 2012 season.
Done then. And how's your boy recovering?
He's doing great.
Little update, not to embarrass him on the radio.
No, he's raring to go. He's got to go back to the doctor in 2 weeks. Hopefully, the doctor says he can start walking. Basketball starts in about 3 weeks, so he says he's going to be ready.
Really?
But I don't think he realizes how much rehab. He hasn't walked for 2 months.
Oh boy!
So he thinks he's going to be playing basketball, which I'm not telling him any different.
No,
but we'll see. But yeah, he's doing good.
Let him stay motivated in one direction may help him out a little bit.
Yeah. So
this big youth football get together out here at Eaton Fields. About how many teams do you think are we gonna have here? And I mean, is it something that how many people are you expecting to get out there to watch this?
We're just talking to Steve Ferris and our booster president Julie Morse. They seem to think, well, we've got today we've got Rochester coming in. They always bring a big crowd. There are 3 games going on, so I don't know about today, but tomorrow we've got 10 games going on. We got two fields going, so they're expecting a huge crowd. Just Springfield, they bring a pretty good fan base, and you got the smaller towns. I don't know if they're in like Athens, Williamsville. A lot of those teams will be coming. They always bring a big fan base, so I'm expecting Eaton Field and Eaton parking lot to be full tomorrow.
Nice.
And we start at 10 o'clock. Games, intervals about an hour and 15 minutes nonstop. Okay. So,
well, for any of you Lincoln people that want your kids involved in football, maybe for next season, this is probably a good time to bring them out and get them at least looking at what the team atmosphere and whatnot is, or even just for the parents that's wanting to know a little bit more about the football. You get to see a whole bunch of other schools and interacting with them. You get to see how different programs are ran, as well as Lincoln's, how well our youth football is ran. I mean, it's a big weekend. I think it can do a lot of things for our football program, especially if you get some people that are just usually checking it out from the sidelines, not really too involved, too active in it. It'd be really good to get them involved, to get out there and maybe get a few more kids out there and get a few more bodies for Lincoln moving through the system.
Right. It is a great program. The numbers just keep rising. It seems that the younger kids, we've got 2 second and third grade teams. That's how many kids we had in that age group. They seem to kind of filter out as they get older. I don't know if they just lose interest in the sport, or I don't know what it is.
There's so many things going on, to be honest. I mean, you and I both know there's baseball, basketball,
soccer,
so many different things. And with, parents with multiple children.
Right. It gets pretty pricey.
It gets, pricey, and, I got
time-consuming.
I got 2 girls. And
so you're in cheerleading
really,
and
oh, my God, cheerleading, gymnastics, what do they call that? They got the floor and then the balance beam version of it, and then they got dance and clogging and volleyball. I mean, it just keeps piling up, and I know that has to be the way for a lot of parents, especially you're coming off of summer and now you're jumping right into it, and you got school. So
that's what a lot of parents are making a kid choose a sport or two. Maybe that's why the numbers are going down. But I tell you, enjoy it while it lasts, because I was thinking that with Austin, man, I got to go here. And then before you know it,
you're done.
He's off to college, and you're sitting at home looking around and nothing to do. So enjoy it now.
One of my employees and I were actually talking about that the other day, how, it was nonstop, and now all of a sudden it's over.
Yeah.
They're in college. They don't really want to come home,
No, they don't.
They're hanging out with their friends and whatnot. And, which, I guess that's the way it's supposed to be, right?
I guess, but he'll be starting up basketball here in a week or two, so I'm sure we'll be traveling to Carlinville, and then, with junior high basketball. There's still a lot going on. And
absolutely. Basketball will be starting up here pretty quick, I guess,
right around
for
the
everything.
corner.
It's college, high school, and all of it. So.
Yeah, this football season, we're already 6 games in.
Yeah.
And 3 weeks to go in regular season and playoffs, and I tell you, it's flying by. Well, for some people.
Well, we're gonna take a quick commercial break, pay some bills here, and we'll be back here at Alexander's Lumber's grand opening at 910 Woodlawn Road here in Lincoln. Yeah. And we're back out here at Alexander Lumber at 910 Woodlawn Road for its grand opening. Free giveaways, and you can register to win a kitchen valued at $10,000 later on today. Jeff number 2 and Jim from Lincoln Country Morning Show will be here live from 11 to 1 with prize girls Lisa and Angie. Tons of prizes from the prize vault. You won't want to miss the huge day of fun. Coach, what's happening?
Good morning.
Good morning. How'd it go last night?
Rough night last night.
Yeah, we touched on it.
I just said, last week was definitely the epitome of the thrill of victory with a great homecoming win, and last night was felt like an agonizing defeat. But you know what? That's like I told the guys, that's life, and we got to bounce back and be ready to get to work on Monday and have a great positive attitude and get ready for next week.
That's exactly right. Good. I mean, you got to keep moving forward no matter what the outcome is. Win or lose. So a lot of big wins and losses last night. The Central State 8, though, we were just kind of touching on a few of them. Chatham dropping one last night.
Yes, sir.
To Rochester and Jacksonville. I think that's maybe one of the bigger upsets there.
Yeah, I mean, they lost their starting quarterback, but the kid that came in is pretty good himself. Mm-hmm. So that surprised me there. They've got a lot of weapons, but it shows that Springfield is also is an awful good team, and to be able to take them down last night, that's a credit to them. It's for them bouncing back, from their loss to us last week and coming out against a very good Jacksonville team.
Now, who do we have next week?
We got SHG,
and last night they actually suffered a pretty big loss for them and against a quality team as well.
Yeah, the team they lost to is a nationally ranked team, I believe, and has got I think multiple kids that are possible Division I scholarship kids, and I think they knew that was going to be a big challenge coming in. I'm sure that they don't expect to ever get beat like that on their own home
their
field.
Home field, yeah. Is that I didn't. Maybe you do know. Is that one of those that they're going to play one here, one there? Or
I don't know.
Yeah, they're going there
that.
next year.
Okay.
I think it's just a 2-year contract they signed with them.
Okay.
I was talking with somebody last night, and trying to find a team during the middle of the season to play. We have Olympia the last game to fill that bye week.
Right.
That's got to be pretty tough, isn't it, to find a team? I think Taylorville went up to Princeton, Ohio last weekend. It's probably tough to find a team in the middle of the season like that, and this is kind of what they found. And I don't know, maybe they're probably not going to do it again. They're going to go there next year and then maybe try to find an easier game, to keep that undefeated season.
Either that, or maybe they want to get on ESPN one of these days.
That's possible.
And maybe they wanted a tough, very tough game in the middle of the season there, and to prepare them for the playoffs and
just kind of see where they're at.
Sure, yeah.
Coach,
I agree. That's probably tough for those ADs to find those kind of non-conference games. And you got to pick around
especially against a big. For that particular one there too, a big time foe and I apologize, I don't got their name, but
Cathedral.
Cathedral, getting them to come over here and then it's obviously splitting it this year and next year with them. So that's pretty awesome. Any plans today? You going out to check out the tournaments out there at the Eden Fields?
Go watch a little youth football today and tomorrow, and go spend a little time this morning with the family and go watch my daughter ride horses. Hadn't got to see that.
Oh,
and this
nice.
is the last opportunity to do that. So it looks like it's going to be a pretty day, and a lot of the youth football teams are kind of winding up this weekend and go out and
we were just talking about the big tournament out there and hoping for a big crowd out there.
Sure. Yeah, it'd be great.
Possibly be some good recruiting time for for future railers out there. So,
Coach, you talk about getting them ready for next week, the varsity team. Was this a team, Taylorville? Did they do anything that? Was it just we weren't overmatched? We're a good, solid football team. Was it just something didn't click, or?
It's hard to put a finger on. They didn't do anything different. Maybe they were faster and more physical than we expected, but they always are. We tell the kids that with Taylorville, especially at third place, it's going to be a knockdown, drag out fight. They're always very aggressive and very physical, and they were last night. They were just flying around the ball. Everybody that seemed like they put on the field was just extremely aggressive and physical. They did overmatch us in some plays, and it's hard to put a finger on. You think about the letdown during the week of everything is all exciting and pumped up for homecoming the week before, and maybe a little bit of a lull, although we had a couple good practices this week and we felt like we were ready going into it. Whether it's just the change in routine of getting on a long bus ride and guys falling asleep on the bus maybe and being a little groggy getting off the bus. And I think with football is, if there's a couple 3 guys that maybe aren't up to their 100%, right? It can affect the game.
And you've got guys going both sides of the ball. So if you got 3-4 guys not at their top performance, it's going to carry over from offense and defense.
Sure.
But how do you get them ready? You've got 2 tough games coming up. Yeah. How do you get their mentality, get their aggressiveness back? How do you get them prepared for the next 2 weeks? Because they know it's going to be a tough challenge. You got 2 tough teams, one coming in next Friday, going to Rochester the following week. How do you get them mentally prepared just to go and compete and do what they can?
Yeah, this is a good group of guys, and they've been working really hard, throughout the summer and up to this point. And I think they have taken in pride in looking at each game as a challenge. So I think we'll be ready to rise up and come out and compete against SHG. They know it's going to be an extremely tough mountain to climb because they're just a great ball club year after year. But I think our leaders will kind of set the tone this week, and we want to get our self-respect back and kind of rebuild our pride this week.
And I got to tell you, I've seen several of your games and very impressed with some of your leadership. Some of the kids that you wouldn't think would step up. Connor Schmidt, Springfield game. I thought he had a great game. He was your go-to guy second half. Cody Highbreeder stepping it up, and as always, Tank. Yeah. Give him the ball up the middle. I thought even at the Springfield game, your play calling was, you're going to pound Tank in the middle, and then you got Schmidt and Highbreeder to get outside. And I just want to tell you, I'm very impressed with, some of the leadership. I thought Austin Cruz is doing a good job for basically his first-year quarterback. Did he
Yeah,
play much
yeah.
last year at quarterback?
No, just the sophomore level.
Okay, well, he, a junior, he's looking pretty good, and he's got some room to improve, obviously, first-year quarterback. And, I just want to let you know, very impressed with your team, and, keep up the good work. And
Well, thank you. I mean, and again, it's a credit to the work ethic guys and again, the leadership of those guys that are coming out week after week and kind of setting a tone for the younger guys and showing good positive leadership in the way they practice and the way they carry themselves. And not only on the football field, but these guys are also leaders in the school too. I mean, we got several guys that are in the National Honor Society and are getting very good grades and they're vocal. They're not afraid to speak up and sometimes for a teenage kid that's kind of hard to put yourself out there and try to be a leader because there's that fear of the other guys not responding. But these guys are showing the courage to have that leadership.
Getting a Saturday off today?
Let them sleep in. Kind of a long bus ride last night, and let them sleep in a little bit.
Yeah, there's no good way to get there from here.
That's
for sure.
Yeah.
What's the plans for this week? You got anything leading into Sacred Heart that you're going to try to change up, or kind of business as usual?
Nothing drastically. I mean, we our goal each week is to keep getting better and feel like we've been doing that. Obviously we didn't feel like last night was a successful night, and it's a team effort. It's all the players and coaches combined that we got to pick our heads up and see what we can do Monday and Tuesday to get us ready for Friday night.
Absolutely. Any one guy you think stand out a little bit last night? I know it was a tough loss, but somebody stand out maybe on the defensive or even offensive line or something that you're looking at a little bit. Our first play from scrimmage, Connor Schmidt just had a heck of a run where he just drug guys. I felt like was hoping that would have set the tone there. I mean, he just ran through some guys and was very determined running. He had some big hits on the defensive side of the ball. Anthony Cannon had a bunch of tackles. We had a lot of tackles, but they ran a lot of plays. Their offense was on the field an awful lot, and our offense was not. We had a little success throwing the ball there. At times, we had 3 plays of some 20-yard passes that we connected on, and then Taylorville was able to, to make some good reactions and pick off, 3 of them there. So I give credit to Taylorville for playing just an extremely, just a well-fought game. I think they've got goals of getting on the playoffs, and they knew that they had to win these last few games to get in. They've got a lot of pride in their program. But, again, I think our guys played hard. I think that we were just, as a team, maybe missing that little extra that Taylorville had last night. Very good. Well, we're going to step back and take a break here. Coach, I definitely appreciate you coming out. I know it's sometimes it's kind of tough to get going after a loss like that, but we definitely appreciate having you on today. And go inside here, sign up for that kitchen renovation.
I'll take a look at that. Sounds good.
This place looks incredible inside. So we're out here at Alexander Lumber for the grand opening here at 910 Woodlawn Road. We'll be here until 10 o'clock. Come on out and check it out. Lots of giveaways and stuff to sign up for. Coach, again, I appreciate you coming out, man. Let's go get them next week.
All right. Thanks a lot, guys.
All right.